Hey guys, how are you? Hope you're all doing very well. This evening I'm going to be doing a review of a thriller from Australia, English language, released in the year 2008, directed by Nash Edgerton, and this film is called The Square. And the story to The Square, it's about an unfaithful relationship. You've got the two main characters who are cheating on their wife and boyfriend. You've got an older man who seems to be living a quiet life, and then you've got the younger woman who is in a relationship with a very violent boyfriend. Now, the older man and the young woman have been seeing each other for quite a while, and their partners are oblivious to this. So one day, the younger woman discovers that her violent boyfriend has been hiding a bag full of cash up in the ceiling. So she thinks that this is a perfect way to start a new life with her secret lover, and that this is the only way that they're going to be happy. So she says that, they should take it and run away. The older man says, no, I don't want to do that. It seems very dodgy that someone is going to notice that it's gone. So she's very angry at his response. She says that if they are serious, if he is serious about them, that he has to do this, otherwise she's going to leave. So with that ultimatum, the older man decides to take this plan to effect, but they're going to have to think of something to make it look like it wasn't a robbery. So they decide to burn the house down. They're going to make it seem like it was a faulty Christmas lights that is going to be the result of a burnt down house, and they're going to take the money to make it look like it wasn't a robbery. So the plan seems to be foolproof until it backfires in a major way. Now, this is not what they expected, and all of a sudden their lives are thrown down a very dark tunnel that features a lot of very dangerous people. There's a lot of twists and turns, a lot of cover-ups, a lot of betrayals, and in the end, who makes it out of this ordeal in one piece? That's something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I am going with my synopsis. Now, my thoughts on The Square. This is a really good story. It's very enthralling, captivating, and it keeps you on edge from start to finish. Now, a lot of films from Australia, as I said in the past, has the problem of being made for television. They feel lazy. But I think that is a result of not having enough money, and that's something that really kills my country's film industry, is that we're not generating enough money. All of the successes in Australia seem to be other countries, Hollywood, and the likes of those sorts of films. Everybody wants to go and see those movies, but no one wants to go and see an Australian film. So as a result of that, we're forced to make these low-budget sort of made-for-television movies, soap operas. Australian television is littered with these crappy made-for-television movies, and I'm sick of it. So coming into this one, I was expecting the same sort of thing, which is what I got to some degree. But what I liked about this movie is that it feels like, although it does feel like it wasn't made for a cinema release, it feels a lot more sinister, and it feels like it's taking a lot more risks than the usual Australian made-for-television film, which is what I really appreciated. But having said that, it still feels like a lesser quality. It doesn't feel like it would have appealed to a lot of people on the big screen. So once again, that's something I don't like, but having said that, it shows you that there are directors in Australia who are still willing to take a risk. This isn't a love drama. It does have love themes to it, but it's basically a movie about betrayal and the repercussions of betrayal, and of getting mixed up with the wrong people. And I thought the story goes through absolutely superbly, and that's what separates itself from the usual boring film. It never gets boring. All the characters are introduced very, very well. They're all very interesting. There's a strong level of threat, and it feels like a car crash that you're waiting for. You're in the car, it hasn't crashed yet, but it's inevitable. You're going to crash, and you're bracing yourself for the impact. And halfway through the film, when things go really bad, you think that it's only a matter of time before people realize what they're up to, and that the results of this betrayal of trust aren't going to be pretty. And I thought the ending of the film was very, very rewarding. I thought it was a great way to cap off what was a very unique tale set in Australia. I thought the acting was very, very good. It showcases the talent that Australia has. Peter Phelps, who's one of my favourite Australian actors, was in it. He plays sort of a cameo. Bill Hunter, who is an Australian legend who has since passed on, unfortunately, he showcases his talent in this film. And I thought that Joel Edgerton, who played, I guess you could call him the villain, but that's the beauty of the film, is that all these people have bad qualities, all of them have likable qualities, and you're not quite sure who to go for. So there's no real villain, there's no real hero to the film. It's basically about people who are being greedy, and it's just shady characters throughout everywhere. So I thought Joel Edgerton played his role very well, but who steals the show is Nash Edgerton, his brother, who directed the film. I thought the direction was superb. It wasn't glorifying anything. It was just a very downbeat, and it felt like a drama, but it had that strong thriller element in it. Thought the soundtrack was very, very good, but as I said, what gets you is the story. It's a very very, very well told story, and it's very interesting, and it never lets up. I thought the pacing was very, very good, and as I said, the twists and turns are done exceptionally well. That keeps a level of unpredictability right up to the very shocking climax that I thought was well. It paid respect to the overall experience. It pays respect to the viewer, and what you get is a very different Australian film. So overall, for The Square, I'm giving it 3.5 stars. I was really impressed with this one. It is a step above the normal films that don't quite make it to the cinema screens. So if you haven't seen The Square, I would highly recommend you go out there, support Australian cinema, because this one won't let you down. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.